We're here with Nancy today. Nancy was kind enough to come in and share her story with you. Nancy, you came to see us 6 months ago, correct?
Right.
And what was your major finding at that time?
Well, I had been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, but my biggest symptoms that were bothering me was my fatigue, pain, the weight gain that I couldn't lose. I still had acid reflux, high blood pressure, borderline diabetes, but nobody could really do anything for the fibromyalgia, and that's what I felt like was my big problem, the fatigue.
Yeah, fibromyalgia is such a tricky thing because there's no set diagnosis or exam code to call it something. It just tends to be when someone has multiple symptoms of fatigue, with brain fog, with pain everywhere, sleep problems, whatever else is going on, they kind of have to call it something as opposed to calling it a sleep problem, a high blood pressure problem, an inflammatory problem. They call it fibromyalgia. So it is very frustrating, I think, for people, and that's why it's so important we do these testimonials to let people know that there is an answer. You don't have to be on Lyrica or Cymbalta or any type of drugs.
I know, I didn't want to do painkillers. I really didn't.
How soon after you started care did you start feeling better?
Almost immediately, believe it or not.
Yeah, no, we believe it. We see it all the time.
I was amazed.
So when you first came in, we had run a bunch of blood work on you.
Right.
And then we told you what was going on metabolically. We took x-rays of your neck to show you what the structural problems were and how the two things together were causing your problems. Immediately, the first thing we started doing was addressing your spine, putting you on a good nutritional I don't like the word diet, but modification of what you were eating, because you were allowed to eat a lot.
Right.
How'd you do with that?
It was hard in the beginning because I like my pasta, and I'm not a big meat eater, and I wasn't a big vegetable eater. But now it's like second nature. Right. It did take a while to get used to that, and caffeine was the biggest thing I had to give up.
But how did you start to feel once you made these changes?
I had more energy. I couldn't believe it. I had more energy, and the weight started to come off.
Right. Now, it's been 6 months. How much weight have you lost, Nancy?
Almost 60 pounds.
Almost 60 pounds in 6 months,
yeah.
While eating.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And another thing, I'm never hungry. That's what I couldn't understand.
It's called the satiation reflex, that the body is supposed to let us know when we've eaten enough, and it gets broken when we have too high a carb diets. So the main thing we did with you is we changed you to a more protein-based diet. We used the term meat before, and I think she was referring to also chicken, fish, turkey, lamb. Red meat is something, we allow it, we prefer it in more moderation, but the leaner proteins is where we try and go. And then, of course, we tried to give you some shakes from vegetable protein so we could add that as well. Nancy, you were just sharing with me what happened when you went back to your doctor.
I just went back recently, and I had lost weight when I saw him a few months ago, but I had lost another 15 pounds since I had seen him. And he is looking at the blood work and looking at the blood work, and he goes, your blood pressure's perfect, cholesterol's perfect, and he finally said, all the blood work is disgustingly perfect, which I took as he was amazed. He was just amazed. Yeah. Because he tried to help me. He said I should give up, carbs, but really it was the support I got here.
That's exactly right, and that's like Weight Watchers. I mean, you could take a Weight Watchers program and try and do it on your own, but I think the coaching and the classes we give and reviewing the food journals and having you even keep a food journal really tips the balance in getting the kind of results we get that, a lot of doctors seem to be amazed at. They could get them, but our office is just set up to spend time with patients and teach and educate and coach properly, because we allow that kind of time with how we do things. So as far as some of your symptoms, are you still having any indigestion?
No.
How about headaches?
No.
Dizziness?
No.
Pain?
No.
Okay. Acid reflux?
No.
No. So the next step with you is we got to get you off some of the meds, which we talked about before. Surprised your MD didn't do it on his own when he saw the good results, but that's not necessarily what they do. But Nancy, you've got a dream patient. You've done everything we've asked. You've always come in a great mood, and you've gotten great results. So it's been a pleasure for us.
Well, it's a pleasure for me, and I have to say the support is amazing, because sometimes I have come in and I've been a little, discouraged.
I know.
And when I leave, you're able to tell me what to do.
I guess that's another good point to bring up is, besides the care that you've got, that obviously got great results, what do you feel? How do you feel about the attention in the office, the staff, the whole environment? Was it difficult being a patient here? Was it easy?
No, it was easy. It was easy to come here. I felt well taken care of. I felt like everybody really cared,
right,
and that you knew what you were doing. And like I
Right.
said, if I had a question or I was worried about, like, you know, I'm tired of eating this, that you would have a solution for it.
That's what we
Yeah.
do.
Yep, that was great.
Thank you, Nancy, once again.
Oh, you're welcome.